Hey guys, you know, this has been an unusual week for me at my work. It's been a very somber week. Not to say anything, but just to make a long story short, there's an old saying of you never know how impactful something will be until it hits close to home. We all know what's going on right now with this whole virus and stay at home, shelter in place deal. And we know that unfortunately this virus has claimed a lot of lives. And recently, it claimed the life of somebody that I've worked with for over half a decade at my job. In fact, this is somebody that not just me, but a lot of people have worked with for over half a decade since that store opened. And again, like I said, the old saying is you never know how impactful something will be until it hits close to home. And that's what this did. It hit close to home for a lot of us. Because we knew her, we were friends with her, but it took us all by surprise. And that's one thing that, a lot of people have to understand. You know, people like me used to look at this a couple weeks ago and say, it's not a big deal. But now we understand how big of a deal it is. And yes, we get the fact that a lot of states and counties in those states are starting to lift the restrictions. They're starting to modify shelter in place restrictions. They're starting to open up sort of certain, certain places, parks and all that. We get it. But they're doing it but they're doing it, like I said, with modifications added to it. Those modifications being, yeah, you can go to the park, you can go to this beach, or you can go to this place, but you have to maintain social distancing. I mean, I get people don't like it. Right now, a lot of people across the country, in places like here in California, places like Michigan, Ohio, Florida, Texas, they're Washington D.C. They're doing protests to get them to fully reopen the states and get back to normal living. And look, a lot of us understand that. We understand people are getting impatient. A lot of people are going by the numbers that show that more people have recovered from this virus compared to those that were infected or the confirmed cases or those that have passed because of it. We get that they're going by that. And as much as I hate to say it, the politicians that run the state, the governors, they know that too. But but here's the thing. They know it and they want to make that number of people recovering even greater than what's being presented, and that's why they're doing the things they're doing. Yeah, are some taking it to an extreme? Absolutely. From what I understand, unless it's changed, the governor of Michigan took it to an extreme by not even letting people step outside the front door. Again, I understand people. I, just, I understand people are impatient. I get that. I understand they're frustrated. I get that. But they have to understand that whether we like it or we don't, this is being done for our own good. Now, like I said before, is some of these briefings that the governors of California and Michigan and Ohio and Florida and New York does it sound like they're also campaigning for president, or at least planting the seeds for a 2024 presidential run? Yeah. Yeah, they are. Because instead of just talking about the state, they're talking about the nation. So yeah, that's what they're doing as well. In fact, a lot of them are hoping that that little blank area that you put in the ballots, they're hoping that you fill that in with their name. For this year. But besides that, the point I'm getting at, that whether we like them or not, some governors who are being very sensible about the situation and looking at it from a family perspective, because they have families of their own, they're trying to protect their family as well as those that have families as well. And like I said, they're trying to take that number that people say is greater in recovery rate than over the confirmed and deaths rate, and trying to make that even bigger. They understand that, and that's why they're doing what they're doing. And people need to get with the program. As much as I hate to say it, they need to get with the program. They need to get with it. And the sooner they get with it, the sooner they understand what's going on. You know what? The quicker a lot of things are going to be back to normal. The sooner you get with the program and understand, okay, they're gonna do it this way. It may not be the way I want. Fine, whatever. The sooner things will get back to the way you're used to having them. And I understand people are saying, well, things won't be the way they used to be. And that might be true, but it may not be true. You see what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of the governors, the presidents, and all that, the president and the governors, and everybody's trying to say. It's basically saying, hey, the quicker you heed to these these mandates, these shelter at home mandates, whether modified or whatever, the sooner you do this, the quicker you can get back to the quicker you can get back that life you're wanting. Sorry about that. I was just checking something. But anyway, like I said, that's pretty much what they're trying to say, and people need to understand that. And it's the same with retail, like where I work. People need to understand that we made modifications to the stores, not just my store, but other stores and other retail giants out there and small retail companies. They made adjustments because of the fact that they want to keep people safe. And the sooner people heed to those adjustments, or at least understand and acknowledge those adjustments, the sooner things can get back to normal. The sooner they can have certain areas like jewelry and sporting goods, or fishing license, of getting fishing license and sporting goods and stuff like that. The sooner they can get those open will be. The sooner I should say they heed or acknowledge the adjustments that are being made in these stores in those areas, the sooner those areas will be opened again, and they need to understand and respect that. Customers also have to understand and respect that when a certain area is closed off, even if it is operational or semi-operational, it's closed off because of the fact that there are certain workers that are LOA because either they may believe they have the symptoms of the virus, or they know of people in their families that might be receptive of the virus, and they want to protect them. They want to be there for them, which is why there's not many people working in certain areas where they would work are off limits right now. And that's why the lights in those areas are closed down or shut off. Customer service at my job, for example, just because you see people in there doesn't mean it's open. Just because you see the light on and you see a person in there doesn't mean it's open. Customer service areas among a lot of stores, I guarantee, have to put some kind of closed sign or border or something that indicates, hey, it's closed off. It's kind of like when you go to a register, it's kind of like when customers come to a register. A register could have its light off, indicating that that lane is closed, because that person that's working it is either going to another register, they're going to lunch, they're going to break, they're going home. But yet people will still constantly keep coming because they see people in line. And they need to understand that when a light is off, that means it's closed. Just because you see people in the line, or you see somebody there, doesn't mean it's open. Just like if you see somebody doing what's known as a cash pull, like let's say a manager doing a cash pull, front-end manager doing a cash pull, whatever, on a register that they have to do every once in a while throughout the day, it doesn't mean that register is open. The light's off, it doesn't mean it's open. And people need to understand that. They need to understand that. And thankfully there are those that do. They do understand it. They do get it. People are so used to bringing in their bags that now we have to tell them you can't bring in your bags. But in return, thanks to Governor Newsom, we're making the bags that we would charge 10 cents for available for free because they can't bring in their bags. And there are people that still do it. They still sneak in. And I get it. The elderly people that come in at times when honestly they shouldn't, they may not have a grasp at times of the understanding, and you have to explain it to them. I had to do that yesterday with an elderly lady, 80, because obviously somebody didn't get the word out to her. Oh, don't bring your bag in because you're not going to be able to use it. And it's because they want to protect from this virus. People need to understand that. They need to understand that. That's what they need to do. You see what I'm saying? They need to understand that. And again, I get people are impatient. Heck, they now have me and my fellow associates in all retail companies across as essential businesses, if you will, having people wearing masks and gloves, taking their temperature before they go into work. They have that all going on, and it's being done to protect people, and those people have to understand that. And the same goes for the people that are protesting. They have to understand that yes, we understand where you're coming from. We get that you're showing numbers that prove that things are getting better, but what you have to understand is just because those numbers show things are getting better, people are recovering more than usual, it doesn't mean things are going to go back to normal just like that. Like I said, the governors, politicians, and all that, the president, they know the numbers are greater in recovery, but they want to make those numbers greater. And I think overall, in the end, what it really is about, when it gets down to it, when it comes to a lot of these things going on, these people acting rude, these people protesting. Talk about people acting rude. Many stores, including my own, have had customers come in unmasked, no gloves, coughing on stuff, coughing on associates and items, all because what? They want to prove a point that, oh, see, it's not that big of a deal. And they want to have an attitude because of it. When it really when it comes down to it, when it comes to those kind of people, and then like I said, the kind of people that are protesting, it's because they're getting mixed signals. When it gets down to it, they're getting mixed signals, and it's confusing them. There's one answer they need to abide by. There is one answer that they can get, one true straight answer, and it's up above. And they know that's true. It's up above. It's the big man upstairs. And they know that. And they need to understand that and heed by that. But in the end, like I said, it's mixed signals. They're not getting a straight signal. And that's all they want. Like I said, the true straight signal is the big man above. But from a media output, well, from a media output, they want a straight answer from everybody. They want one straight answer, no mixed signals. They want one straight answer to where it doesn't matter if it's CBS, NBC, Fox, ABC, whatever, CNN, Yahoo, whatever, Facebook. They want all of them to give them that same straight answer. Wording might be different, but basically straight answer forward, and that's it. No more mixed signals. And I think that's what's confusing them, is they're getting mixed signals, and that's what's causing all this chaos. So, or causing all this confusion, I should say. But honestly, folks, so that's just my take on it. That's just my take. But I figured I'd just come on here and let you know what's been going on over the past week. Give you my thoughts and everything. Kind of vlogging on what's been going on at my job, and everything. And just, just get these things off my chest and let you know what my thoughts are and where I'm coming from when it comes to these kind of things. So, until next time, guys, though, let me know what you all think down below. Comment if you like, and I'll talk to y'all later.